Nearly 4,000 years before Order 66, during the age of the Old Republic, the Jedi Order had weathered one of the most turbulent periods of its long history, mostly due to the 3 wars that occurred in a short span of 50 years, 2 of which had been orchestrated by fallen members of the Order itself. In the aftermath of these devastating conflicts, the Jedi Order had dwindled and weakened to the point that it had become a shadow of its former self. Thousands of Jedi were lost in the Great Sith War, the Mandalorian Wars, and the Jedi Civil War, and those conflicts erupted across the galaxy in such close succession that the Jedi were not given enough time to rebuild their numbers. The Order simply could not sustain such heavy losses over such a short period of time. What's more is that the Order's problems were compounded by the fact that the Jedi faced a dramatic loss of knowledge stemming from the destruction of critical centers of learning, including the Great Jedi Library on Ossus and the Jedi Enclave on Dantooine. Too many important holocrons, records, and histories had been scattered, lost, or looted during the wars. As a result, there were too few experienced Jedi to instruct aspiring students and an inadequate knowledge base with which they could teach them. By the end of the Jedi Civil War, the already depleted Jedi Order had been all but wiped out. Less than 100 individuals survived to rebuild the Jedi Order. As the Galactic Republic hovered on the brink of collapse, the Jedi Order slowly began to deteriorate as well. Also, a redeemed Revan left Republic space, denying both the Republic and the Jedi someone to rally around to rebuild. With this began an intense culture of disillusionment that permeated the Jedi ranks, as the few surviving members faced an unprecedented level of anger and resentment from the Republic's citizenship, who had begun to fear their former heroes. Even the Jedi themselves were losing faith in the Order, as they began to ask themselves how and why so many of their fellow Jedi had fallen to the dark side over the years. Even members of the Jedi High Council began to question the Jedi teachings. To make matters worse, Darth Traya, Darth Nihilus, and Darth Sion took command of the remnants of Revan's Sith Empire. After the exile of Traya, Sion utilized his Sith assassins to assassinate Jedi, while Nihilus would consume the life of an entire planet in search of other Jedi. Despite the Sith's success against the Jedi, the Purge was finally brought to an end by Mitra Surik, who not only trained a new generation of Jedi, but also personally killed all the 3 leaders of the Sith Triumvirate in combat. After the conclusion of the Purge, the Jedi who Mitra Surik trained proved essential to the Order's revival, and the aftermath of her teachings and stability is what we see in the prequels. Alright Star Wars fans, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, feel free to leave a thumbs up down below and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't miss out on any of my future videos that I will post on this channel. Have a fun day my friends, and in closing, don't forget, may the Force be with you always.